Hi there, Greg Goodman joining you for episode 248 of Southern Gospel Now, your weekly look at the artists and songs of today's Southern Gospel music. Our broadcast is made possible by Daywind.com, where you'll find Southern Gospel CDs, USB, soundtracks, and Christian products. Daywind.com. Congratulations in order for Scott Brand of the Inspirational Quartet of Texas. Scott and his wife Caitlin welcomed a baby boy on Saturday, May 9th. Baron Scott Brand weighed 5 pounds, 13 ounces. Mom and baby both said to be doing well. Carrie Blomkamp of Karen Peck in New River is expecting her first child. Grandma Karen Peck Gooch tells us more.
Carrie and Chandler told me that I was going to be a grandma on my birthday, which was the best birthday gift I could ever receive. And I'm so excited to be a grandma again. So my baby girl's having a baby girl. We cannot wait till November where we can squeeze that little baby, and I'm going to spoil her. And I'm just so proud of Carrie. She's going to be such a good little mama. Chandler's going to be a great dad. And I'm just incredibly proud of those two. And I cannot wait to see how the Lord is going to continue to bless them.
Such exciting news. Congratulations to Carrie and Chandler Blomkamp. Southern Gospel is very diverse with many different musical styles resting under the larger umbrella. Some songs have a more traditional sound, with others being more progressive. Jordan Lefevre of the LeFevre Quartet says their new song will be liked most by a specific element of the audience.
We've always prided ourselves in picking a wide variety of songs. I feel like there's not just one set style that you're going to hear on a LeFevre Quartet CD. And we do that because we like to appeal to, multiple people in an audience, because you never know what they might be more accustomed to. We want something that younger folks might like, and we want something that can appeal to the more seasoned people, if you will, in the crowd. And I think that Whatever Hallelujah fits that latter part.
Well, I guess I'm in that older crowd because I love Whatever Hallelujah. Gerald Wolfe's Gospel Music Hymn Sing doing their summer tour this week. Rodney Griffin tells us more.
I'm always excited when it comes time for the Gospel Music Hymn Sing Tour. We get to travel with some of our best friends in gospel music, the Mark Trammell Quartet, the Wizness, the Mylon Hayes Family, Jim and Melissa Brady, the Hymn Sing Band, Trey Ivy on the piano. And we'll go to different venues this weekend. We've got one in Ohio, Washington Courthouse, Ohio on Thursday. Friday, we'll be up in Hudsonville, Michigan. Saturday, we'll be over in Canton, Michigan. And we'll get to hear the audience sing some of the great hymns of the faith. And yes, each group will sing songs too, but it's so fun to sit there and listen to the praises of the people. And I just can't help but smile.
More information on Gerald Wolfe's Gospel Music Hymn Sing, including upcoming dates, available at gospelmusichymnsing.com. The project We Shall Behold Him, a tribute to Dottie Rambo, was released recently. We asked Reba Rambo, Dottie's daughter, about the inspiration of these classic gospel songs.
Mother was a listener. You could be in a restaurant and she could hear 4 conversations going on, and she would look at me and say, write this down. And I can't tell you how many times on the back, at a truck stop, on the back of those paper placemat, I turned it over and began writing for. She never had a pen and paper when she needed it, so I was the pen and paper person. But she had a way of listening, and she had a way. I look a lot of times at my daughter Destiny and say, I see you. But I learned that from my mother. You'd be talking and she'd say, I see you. And all of a sudden, I'd be a mess, but she had a way of seeing people. And because of this intense love, she loved her fans. She called them Dottie's darlings. But they were not fans to her. They really were family.
The songs of Dottie Rambo continue to be redone by today's Southern gospel artists, influencing yet another generation of listeners. Mark Bishop has long been a successful singer-songwriter, but he stays busy outside of that. He recently started a new YouTube series called Retro Ketchup.
Yeah, the YouTube videos. Well, that was something that kind of came about over the Christmas break. Was home for a few weeks, and then just immediately after that, we began to get a lot of snow and had to cancel some weekends. So I was home for almost a month and a half. and I have to stay busy with some kind of project. Down through the years, I've collected. I get into towns early, and I'll go at the flea market and antique stores and peddlers malls and places like that. And I would always find something that I remembered from my childhood. And through the years, I've amassed a little bit of a collection. So we made these videos where I talk about those old toys and comic books and board games and albums and things like that. And so I guess I'm letting the kid in me out through these videos. If there's anybody out there that likes that old stuff and likes to reminisce about it, then I think they'd enjoy these YouTube videos. The name of the channel is Retro Ketchup. Of course, it's spelled ketchup like tomato ketchup, but it's really just a catch up on all of the old stuff that we remember when we were growing up.
So far, Mark has produced 7 20-minute episodes of Retro Ketchup, which you'll find on YouTube. Weeks Revival is a new group on the scene. Benjamin Scott says lots of thought was put into naming the group.
I guess because of the roots that we feel called back to, there's a bit of a revival sound. When we were talking about, what would we call it, it seemed like revival needed to be in the name. One of the things that not only do we want to revive our passion in the roots of Southern gospel, but also, we've noticed that there's not a lot of live band type stuff, which is totally fine, but that's something we would like to revive, is, kind of have the fun with the instrumentation as well. So not just being a vocal group, and these guys are killer singers, and so it's so fun to sing with them, but also be able to bring the instrumentation quality to the whole thing, and we can bounce around a little bit on the instruments and everything. I think we're going to get JJ a tambourine, and that's probably about all we'll allow him to play. But and if he's off beat, we're going to have to hide that from him as well.
Phillips and Banks do a Facebook Live every Tuesday evening. They'll sometimes take questions from the audience. This was a really interesting question. What song do you wish you wrote?
Probably, I think I would steal Because He Lives from Bill Gaither, for sure.
Everybody knows that one. I was actually thinking Mary, Did You Know?
Oh, yeah.
Because I need some money.
That's also a good one. Caleb?
One of my favorite, fun songs in this whole world is Sweet, Sweet Spirit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even want to write it. I wish I'd have just been in the room to co-write with Doris Akers, man.
Well, Jacob Phillips and Autumn Banks wrote the group's latest song, that being the anthem, Psalm 98. Time for a check of the top songs of the week from the Power 50 chart.
Number 5.
In the middle, Gold City.
In the middle. Number 4.
Expecting a Mountain, Peach Goldman.
I'm expecting a mountain just any day. Number 3.
If These Walls Could Talk, Greater Vision.
If these walls could talk. Number 2.
Friend of Sinners, Triumphant Quartet.
'Cause I've heard that you're a friend of sinners. Number 1.
And then, Tribute Quartet.
And then the Lord came through again.
Tribute Quartet making a comeback this week with And Then. Southern Gospel Now is made possible in part by SouthernGospelPrizes.com, where currently you can register to win music from Gerald, Wolfe, and the Dottie Rambo prize pack. I'm Greg Goodman, reminding you to do no harm and love your neighbor. I'll see you next week with Southern Gospel Now.